Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 111 of Trials and Trebuchets. I'm your dungeon master, Luke.
Birthday.
And joining me are my players, whose names are...
Hello, my name is Ben, and I will be playing the level 6 gnome wizard, Winsler Wallaby, along with his cuddly little companion, Mr. Wiggles.
Meow. We're all vampires
Christopher
now.
Walking, a second appearance.
Hi everyone, it's me, Carla, and I played level 6 Tiefling Roguelike Integrity Idleberry. Hit the lights, let the light show move you off the boardwalk now. Hit the lights. Wait, no, don't turn the light off.
Hello, I am Sarah, and I play Miramar Shom, the level 6 half-elf bard. When you're gone, the plane of Isthathil is missing you. When you're gone, the colors of the sky are missing too. When you're gone, the light we need to see, a marsh which is home on the lake.
I don't have a lighter.
This is a headache. We miss you.
Did we just go back to 2010?
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Like we have a Selena
I just put
Gomez
the-
and
I
an
just- I
Avril
did-
Lavigne.
We love it. We love to see it.
There we go.
Wait, that's Avril Lavigne, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to like.
I didn't have a lighter. All I had was a box cutter.
You pulled out a box cutter, and I was like, Sam, what the fuck?
I was waving it like a lighter.
I'm gonna bring Shimpan back myself, god damn it.
I just don't have. I never have a lighter on me when we do the intros.
Yeah,
Okay.
sense.
And my name is Sam, and I play the level 6 human sorceress, Serenade Syndrome. If you'll just gonna do this, and
I hope the mic picked that up.
that's the French side. You are the master of every situation. Bullshit.
Do they know what just happened? Or did they think you just made a noise and then said that?
Don't worry, guys. The fortune cookie said we're gonna do just fine.
Yeah, you're all the masters of your own fate, or whatever the fuck. And last time on Trials and Trebuchets, the students questioned kidnapping Ferdinand, persuaded a pair of moles to postpone their payment, and saved Integrity from a likely lethal light show upon their arrival to moistest marsh past the moles. Just before entering the Lodge of the Lost in their witch hunt, they saw the eldest, Shin Pem, disappear through a rift in space, taking the light and color away for the most part. And now you find yourselves in this stinky, dark, spooky marsh. It's up to you if you think it's spooky, honestly. I'm scared of the dark, so, I'm kind of editorializing your thoughts on this one.
Listen,
it's
if there's one thing that I've learned, it's like the dark is not something you need to be afraid of. It's what's in the dark.
Yeah, things that go bump in the night, as it were. And so you're out here, Winslow, your hand is on this hobbit-like central or circular door. There's a little rough-hewn wooden doorknob in the very center of it that your hand is on. You all just watch Shin Pem go whoop through a little portal through space into somewhere else away from here and took with them the color or some of the color and most of the light, more importantly, from Isthathil. So you're now in this dark, dank marsh. Moistest marsh. Standing before a large beaver dam, or beaver lodge, I guess, the Lodge of the Lost, where you can feel this nice warm heat. You smell like, some delicious pies, fresh baked, wafting on the air, kind of offsetting that disgusting marsh
Definitely
smell.
Ferdinand then.
What do you want to do, Winsor? Are you just going to bust the door open and be like, witch, please, hands up?
We'll just open the door.
You're just gonna open
We don't
the
gotta
door.
be weird about it. Let's just open the door.
Okay, we don't
It's
have
a
to be weird about
lodge.
opening
People
the
can
door.
just enter lodges generally. Like,
But
Yeah,
the
you're
entire
right.
show is built on
Yeah,
opening
you're
doors
right.
weird.
All right, we're gonna knock the door down.
That's true. That's a very good point.
No.
All right, anyone have a battering ram?
All right, I got my grease. I'm ready.
And then Integrity is gonna go to the back and go
burn the lodge down.
and what do you call that? Like when they're hitting their legs when they're about to run, like bulls.
Kneecapping someone? Like,
Are we breaking someone's knee? Wait. A lodge doesn't have kneecaps.
Integrity goes off to the
What's
corner
happening?
and breaks her own kneecap.
No,
Like
I'm talking about like with
the thing where you like stomp on the ground.
yeah, like with horses or bulls when they're about to charge, and like
There's
they
a
have
word for that, isn't there? Sarah, you're a horse girl, don't you know?
A word for when horses are about to charge?
Like doing
Like when they do
thing.
like the
With their
pump,
feet.
the
Oh,
pat pat.
I know
on
what
the
you're
ground.
talking when they like they put their feet on the ground. They go prrr,
We're all just doing
It's like the equivalent of when a cat like
waving our
like,
hands around
lifts
trying
its,
to
like,
mime a
back
horse.
up, and it's like realigning itself so that it can make the best pounce kind of thing.
so.
What is
Windsor,
it
you
called
turn-
when a horse stomps on the ground?
I was gonna eat my fortune cookie. I was worried about ruining audio, but like nothing's really happening now.
It's just called a stomp.
Cool. The horse, yeah, Integrity goes off into the corner and like stomps on the ground, gets ready to charge. Winsler, you just open the door.
I'll open the door, yeah.
Okay. I'm glad we made this a whole thing. Winsler, you turn the handle. There's a lot of catch. This door seems to be poorly made, and the door very badly. You know when a door like kind of hits the ground when you open it and you have to like force it a bit, right? Because it's improperly shaped or like the floor is warped a little bit.
Mhm.
It's like that. And so you have to like push it. It kind of digs into the dirt ground inside a little bit. And inside you see a lovely little, or quite large, in fact, a lovely, adjacent to like what an inn might look like, I guess. In sense that there's a counter made of rough wood, like broken up planks or like scrap planks, I think. There's a counter on one side. There's a person standing behind it that we'll get to in a second. There's these circular tables and square tables of all different shapes and sizes all around the floor. There's like multiple little different nooks and tiers of this room where like often one side there will be like a tiny set of stairs leading up to a small booth in the corner, and like it's just like a very organic looking little cafe almost, right? Where there's like tons of places to sit, tons of floor space. There's a large shelf that takes up almost an entire wall in here that just seems to have like boxes in it, like very brightly colored boxes. As you all walk in, you see what looks like different fun designs of some sort, that and like big flashy titles of what look like, you see one that says evidence, and it's like this big chunky box, and it looks to be what we would recognize as a bunch of board games.
Ooh.
And there's no one else in here other than the four of you, and behind a counter there is a very particular person standing there watching you all as you walk in. They seem to be clinking together glasses and putting them on shelves. They seem to have set out on that front counter like 6 or 7 different lovely, very plump looking pies. Like they're large. It's almost like they almost look like large muffins more than pies, I guess, just because they're so vertical, right? And then like even the top of them is just like nice and puffed, and it just looks like a delicious little pie that you could like snack into. Anyways, I've gotten carried away with pie talk. I'm just visualizing the perfect pie. But behind the counter, there is what looks like almost an elf, because they have these pointed ears and like they have short, shaggy, brownish hair, however, and even their face, there's a bit of scraggly hair. And they have like they're like looking at you with their mouth almost open in a grimace. And they have like these very defined square teeth. Like they don't have any like canine teeth or like any of that other stuff, or even like it doesn't look like they have molars or anything. It just looks like a bunch of square incisors almost. Just like their entire mouth is filled like that. And they're looking at you with like this silly, somewhat of a grimace face, just like almost like a blank stare of like, who are these people? And they're wearing like a leather apron, I think. They're pale of skin, brown of hair. They don't... What are you giggling at? Yeah. And they will... And they're kind of like hunched forwards, right? Like washing these cups and then putting them on the counter, and they're like hunched forwards, their arms like bent at an angle. They're not very tall either, probably only like 5 feet tall. And they will say, welcome to the Lodge of the Lost. Is there something I can help you with? Are you lost?
I don't think this is Ferdinand.
I haven't even asked.
Nice to meet you.
Are you? What's your name?
I'm Melon.
Yeah, they're definitely not Ferdinand.
Yeah.
Do you go by any other name?
Melon, proprietor of the Lodge of the Lost.
Like the fruit melon?
No, like Melon, Melan.
Melon.
Melon. Are you lost? Why are you here? Can I do you want a coffee or something? Can I interest you in sitting down? Are you just customers or are you here to like tear the store apart?
We're not. What?
What? Why would we do that?
I don't know. People don't come here. I'm just scared. Maybe you just came to be like, oh, let's tear this shitty little beaver dam apart because it's just there. People here aren't very nice.
Well, we're not here to do that. I promised you.
Are there
Well,
any other non-nice individuals here? Like,
any other non-nice individuals
particularly,
in the room? Or like in the lodge? Or just generally around? Because around, yes, I would say there's a lot of non-nice individuals. That's what I just said, and that people around here aren't nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those moles up by the hill, they're always really rude. The grung that live down by the other side of the marsh are always yelling at us. Yeah, the little will-o-wisps floating around, always trying to lure you and drown you and steal your life essence. Just a lot of really unkind people around.
You wouldn't happen to know anybody by the name of Ferdinand, would you?
Only like 2 people come in here ever, and one of them is dead and the other one wasn't. Do you know, are they like shortish lady with like brownish hair?
They would look like a witch.
What?
Listen, I've never met what's a witch? I've never met a witch in my life. I don't get out much. Do you all want some coffee or something? Or one of these delicious pies that I just baked? I can set you up so you can play a board game on one of the tables while you wait. If you're waiting, were you supposed to meet someone here?
Around here?
Oh.
Do you know who lives in the houses?
Yeah, that's the grung. I would avoid them. They're really foul, like just really angsty and rude. They're like little frogs. They'll kill people.
This brown-haired individual that you were talking about, do they by chance like sometimes turn into a weasel or any other animals?
Oh, I only met her like a couple of times. She was friends with my parents. They ran the place before me, so this is all kind of new. She was friends with I've never seen her turn into a weasel or anything. She comes by and he'll point at like the big shelf of like board games, and he'll say she comes by and drops off the games every now and again, and we'll like trade some in and some stuff. That's what she came and grabbed some the other day and went over to like the far end of the marsh to talk to the grung, and she hasn't come back, and I'm kind of worried that she's dead at this point because that, like I mentioned before, they kind of are rude like that. They break my windows sometimes and just throw mud through the walls. It's not very kind,
Through
people.
the walls.
Yeah.
Oh, and she just came back recently, like before they started giving you all these board games. You didn't see them before.
Oh, she comes every now and again. She's not a regular by any means, but again, only like the 2 people come. So by that standard, she's kind of a regular.
Did she ever mention where she lives or where she was going or anything to that extent?
She just mentions that she travels a lot for work, and I don't know what that means. Maybe she's like a traveling board game aficionado, which would be pretty cool. I would take that job in a heartbeat if it meant I could get out of this marsh.
Okay.
You wouldn't happen to want to buy a lodge, that cafe that lets people play board games by chance?
No.
I'll sell it to you for cheap.
How much are you gonna sell it for?
I don't know, like 18 gold.
Oh my gosh.
It's not worth much to me. I didn't really want to work here. I kind of just inherited it and all the responsibilities. did a bit of rebranding, but no one really likes it that much.
What was it before?
I don't have any money.
It was like a lodge for it was the kind of like the same thing but just different, kind of like a different name and different kind of like interior design and everything.
Okay.
Well, I mean, Lodge of the Lost kind of sounds a little bit like spooky. Like, is that the vibe you were going for?
No, I'm more meant it like, if you're lost, just wander in here and get some directions and hot cocoa or coffee and play some board games and get nice and recuperated and stuff.
Well, before
But people seem to take it in the spooky direction or just throw things through my windows and break it because they hate me.
well,
Maybe they're not rude and they just don't like me.
before it became Lodge of the Lost, I'm going to point back to the door where the sign was.
Mhm.
What was it called?
Make a persuasion check.
Why is this a secret?
Why is this?
I'm talking about the old business here.
Ooh. Not 20 plus 5, 25.
Jeez.
Holy shit.
Now he has to tell us.
Well, you seem really kind and like you won't break my windows or throw my pies on the ground or anything. Like, you seem a really upstanding for people. I don't have a good measure of character as is because I've only met like 8 people in my entire life, and 2 of them were my parents. But you all seem like really nice. But it used to be. And he'll like gesture as like come closer and like lean on the counter a bit, like leaning in as if he's gonna tell you it like a secret, and you can all like lean in if you want it. And he'll whisper, "No, don't tell anyone that doesn't know. But it used to be Lodge of the Lycans, and all sort of lycanthropes would gather around here and stuff like that.
Oh.
They'd have like the annual convention for lycanthropes here.
Cool.
Annual convention.
Always ended up real bad. I think that's why the Grung don't like us, is because it would always get rowdy.
Oh.
A couple of people every year would get trapped in the water. Oh, like the drowning pool over there, Will-O-Wisp Swan would break them off. I've been trying to like fix up the boardwalk. It is hard work alone. And like, they try to get me too.
They almost got me too.
Oh, it's difficult. Yeah. See, I knew we're like kindred spirits. You and me getting trapped in responsibility we don't want and getting tormented by will-o-wisps trying to kill us and other malevolent forces trying to break our windows or proverbial windows, as it were. Are you a lycanthrope?
What makes
Oh, if only it happened in episode 20, whatever.
Rip Rat Chef.
No?
Oh, well, we're still kindred spirits nonetheless. I'm Melon. I already told you that. But what's your name? Where are you from? Are you from around here? And he'll like lean on the counter, kind of like trying to be a bit more casual, because I think he's like becoming very self-conscious of him just standing there, and he's like been rubbing his hands together this entire time, like weird, like odd,
Chill out,
like
dude. Chill
uncomfortably.
We're from around around there somewhere,
Oh, there. Yeah, I've heard of that place.
and we just wanted to come by because we're looking for someone around here.
Ferdinand, you were gonna meet up with them around here? Yeah? Is it a friend of yours?
Sure. I think we were supposed to ask them about magic.
You're magicians?
Do you know if anyone here does any elemental magic?
Elemental well, there's the troll spirit that kind of wanders around. He's the other regular. He's a good friend of mine, actually. He always comes in. We'll play a game of cards or something together. He's always really nice to talk to. He doesn't say much himself, but really, Edgevon is who. That's Edgevon. If you're looking for someone to talk to about elemental stuff, Edgevon. He actually drowned.
Oh.
So is a dead spirit, kind of stuck in the marsh because I don't know how ghosts and spirits work. I don't get it. But they're dead but alive at the same time, and they're my good friend, I think. I don't know if he thinks of me the same way. He doesn't really say much. He'll come and play cards like once a week. Yes.
Serenep is going to point to Mira and use message.
Okay.
And she's going to say to her, I think that's who we have to meet with. And if they come here regularly, maybe we wait here and not go back out to the elderless area where the light is now gone.
Dead.
He left us.
But, like, they died. He just said they died.
But they still come here. Like, the spirit comes into the building and they hang out sometimes. It sounds like regularly.
The spirit has entered the
Well,
building.
maybe we can figure out when the next time that's supposed to be is. Because if it's, like, today, then we're good, right?
Yeah. And, like, I don't want to really go and meet the frog people that are apparently vandalizing stuff. I don't know how well that would go.
Bad.
Yeah. Maybe we just stay in here? I don't know.
I could get you so if you're just gonna stand here around kind of quietly, I can set up a table for you if you'd like. And kind of get you some coffees. You can have a slice of pie if you'd like.
Do you know how to talk to this troll spirit? Like, is that like a soon thing?
Like Ed Edgevon, like when are they coming?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Talk to them?
Like, do they come every other
I
day,
don't-
or?
They just kind of want. They just. It's like around like middle of the day, kind of like regular schedule kind of thing. Yeah. Why? Do you want to? Did you want to meet him? He's really nice. Like I said, very like compassionate expression. Doesn't say that much though. I think he kind of just wanders around for the rest of the time and then comes here for like an hour or two, and we'll play cards and eat some pie and then just wander around in like a tortured existence kind of thing.
Oh.
Yeah, our mentor's kind of like that too.
Yeah.
Oh. Are they dead also?
Not technically.
Only on the inside.
Wow.
Winsler, Integrity, what are you two doing?
I think I'm going to check out the games and sort of peeking at the different places because, this is a 17 gold coin business.
18.
Oh, 18 gold coin
Don't you
business.
dare try to gaslight that fucking melon.
18 gold coin
18
business.
gold pieces.
So I'm like checking if it's even worth it.
Roll an insight check. Integrity fucking drops out of school to become a Marsh cafe owner.
That is a 14.
It's rough around the edges, but I generally very cozy and nice and warm in here. Looking around, like you kind of like put your foot on some of the stairs and like push them a little, just inspecting the structural integrity of the lodge, this kind of stuff. It's like things seem to be made of bad materials, but they seem solid to you. And like the aesthetic is okay. You can think of a couple little changes that you'd probably make. It seems like something like this in the material plane would be like a couple thousand gold pieces. So 18 gold is quite a deal, Integrity.
It is quite a deal, but then Integrity realizes when she was thinking, oh, in the pre-material plane, this is probably going to be a lot more. But then she realizes, but then I don't know how I can travel back here. So she changes her mind about buying the place up.
Okay. Winsler, what are you up to, bud?
I don't really know.
Okay. Did you want to ask Melon more questions or something?
I kind of have my idea, like, okay, maybe this person that they referred to is who we're looking for. So maybe we might need to go check out the frogs.
Maybe you could do that in character and talk to your friends. As Melon just kind of stands uncomfortably behind the counter, as Integrity pokes around, and Mira and Serenep just stare at each other in silence
Well,
as they have a magical conversation.
As much as I think we'd like to stay and hang around, I think maybe that person you spoke to who went to go visit the frogs,
I
think maybe we might go and see if we can find them, because maybe that there's the person we're looking for.
Okay.
Yeehaw, but
yeah.
but
Well, good luck with that. The Grunger They're really rude. I don't know if that's just to me. Maybe they'll really like you. I don't know.
Do you
I
have?
think I'm
I have a
good
reputation
person.
for not being well-liked, I think.
Oh, same. You guys are so much like me.
All right, yeah.
Do you happen to have like any light that
Light?
you don't need to use? Like maybe a lamp, because it's really
Oh,
dark out there.
There's lantern. Yeah, I have a lantern if you want.
Yeah, can I borrow one, because
Oh,
it's really dark out there. I don't know if that usually happens.
I only have the one. And he like points at the single hanging lantern in the middle of the lodge. And he goes, I only really have the one. So if you took it, it would be really dark in here without it.
You don't even have like a candle?
I don't leave
And
that much, so and no one really comes. So when I leave, I just take the lamp with me, right? Because it's all, and I'll just lock the door.
Is this supposed to be that dark out there? Like, is this a regular occurrence where it's like, okay, every year Shinpem leaves to go get coffee? I don't know. Like, is that? Should we be freaked out?
I'm not incredibly. I'm pretty scared of most things in the world, and this seems pretty out of the ordinary. Yes. Going back, revisiting the lamp thing, just on the basis that it's dark as hell outside, I would be pretty much scared to death if you took the lamp. So I'm gonna have to retract my offer to lend you my lamp. And what's your name? And he
Mira?
points at you, Mira. Oh, Mira, it's nice to meet you. I'm Melon.
Yeah,
Yeah, I introduced myself, but it just felt weird to ask your name without. I don't really expect someone to remember mine, so it's kind of, I just don't want to impose on them, you know. Regarding like the elder situation, in my many years on this in this living world, I
God,
haven't seen
dude.
shit like that. Pretty fucking spooky if you ask
Too
me.
spook.
Oh, damn. Okay. Good to know. I don't know what we can do about it, but good to know that it's not regular.
Fair enough.
While Melon is talking to Mira, she's going to also point to Integrity and send message and say, "I can literally produce
Okay.
light. We don't need a lamp. I can produce light. We're gonna be fine."
And I'm going to return back, like not with anything, like because I can reply with message.
Message, yeah.
Where I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I completely forgot that you can produce light.
No, I'm just letting you know that if because there was a whole thing happening there with Melon. Like, if we do have to go back out there, we're covered. Plus, you can see in the dark. I'm the only one who
Well, not
can't see in the
pitch
dark.
I thought we couldn't see in pitch black though.
No, not in the pitch black, but it's not quite pitch black. There is some ambient light out
Well,
there.
then
And
why
plus
did you say that?
in like, what do you mean? Near like the edge of the dang fucking marsh, it's pitch black. Yeah, because there's no lights out there. Like the sky, it's like you know when it's a cloudy night out, and so like it's not super bright from moonlight or anything, but you
Okay.
can still, if you squint hard enough, can see, and there's lights off in the distance. Like
All right.
I described it, there was torchlight to where now you guys would probably be able to think about, or I think you even asked like who lives over there in the shacks. Like the shacks have torchlight and everything, where like the grung people, like the little frog people, live. So it's not as if it's pitch black, but if you were to go wandering off into the marsh, then it would get pitch black pretty dang quick.
So, shall we head out and look for someone?
Well, this troll spirit is supposed to be active at noon. So if we can find Ferdinand before then we can maybe have time to talk to both people.
That's really efficient.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
We're really well known for being a
you guys
well-oiled
have your
machine.
conversation. I'm sorry for imposing. It's just the five of us, so it feels weird if I just sit here and polish glasses.
No,
It's okay. You don't have to
mind,
apologize.
Everything's fine, Melon.
Oh, hey, thank you.
Thank you so much for your help.
Oh yeah, no problem. Good luck out there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Offer still stands. Tell anyone that you find 18 gold pieces.
I'm gonna close the door.
Chunk.
18 go-
Yeah. So you guys are out here. So you were inside and it was nice and cozy. It's now much colder out here
Mm.
than it
Uh-oh.
felt before. And the snow's falling a bit quicker too.
What time is
Produce
it?
flame.
And I asked that to Integrity. Like, do you have an idea? Like, what time is it currently?
It's been 4 hours, so it would be around 4 a.m.
Okay, so we have enough time
Because like
to look around.
Mhm.
my ability to tell time, now that I know what time it was at one point,
Yeah.
now I can
Yep.
sort of okay.
Once you have like a position to like be like based on when it was then, I know exactly what time it is now. Yeah.
Mhm.
So now you're like set. The clock has been set.
So I know when it's
Um,
daytime or when it's nighttime and stuff.
Yeah. What do you do?
I guess we're gonna go to the
Hmm.
edge of the marsh where they
Like where the-
say
Where the grung live.
Ferdinand might
Grung
be.
live.
Yeah.
Meet some frog people and a
Yay.
frog of
Yeah.
a woman.
Everyone just like calling other people names. I wonder if they're an actual frog or
They're not even frogs. They're just
other-
people that Melon doesn't like.
Imagine if we find out that Melon's the bad person, everyone else is just really nice, and they're like that asshole in the fucking lodge.
I'm just
Um,
imagining the frog people from Spirited Away, like how they kind of operate themselves.
Oh, they're very cute.
They would break a window
With,
if
like,
given
yeah.
the chance.
So are you guys just gonna walk along the boardwalk towards the little huts on stilts?
Like,
Yes, because we
Guess
would not
so.
walk in the water.
Okay.
yeah, we're learning our
Sure.
lessons. Don't walk in the water.
Sure.
Don't.
Mira and Integrity, make perception checks for me.
That is a 6 plus 3. That's a 9.
17.
A 9 and a 17.
Yes.
Okay. You both hear what sounds like from the trees, like groaning. Like of Mira, you can just assume that to be the trees, like blowing in the wind or like just shifting ever so slightly. Integrity, you hear the groaning of wood and like the splashing of water almost. And it sounds like it's like just behind your right ear. And like you might turn your head to like see what the hell is that. And there's just nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But it sounds like splashing of big waves and the groaning of like wood and rope almost, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Okay.
Winsler and Serenap, you hear just the ambient sounds of marsh stuff.
I'm going to cast
Cool.
light on
Okay.
the not the like the end handle section of my javelin, like just as it's attached to my shoulder.
Sure.
I'm just gonna cast light on that so
Absolutely.
that it shines over my shoulder.
You're like one of those little reading lights that you clip onto the book that I dislike
I was thinking of like
personally.
one of those like miner helmets, but like, yeah, just
Oh,
like up there
yeah,
and
that's
watching
also
over.
good. Yeah. And you can all make your way through the marsh. You probably hear and then like this ambient or this light that Serenep casts allows you to see there's like little critters running around in the marsh below, like little 7-legged rats and stuff like that, marsh rats and stuff, or there's a couple little
Just
birds
regular
flying
old
around.
marsh rats.
Yeah, regular old stuff happening. The
Mm.
red grass swaying beneath you. You can see this stagnant green water just sitting there in the marsh. This salty smell in your nostrils. And as you approach these little huts near the northern end of the marsh, you hear the beating of drums, and you can smell, or you can see, I think even, there seems to be a big bonfire lit.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Like down in the marsh itself, it seems like there's a little dry area where they have lit a bonfire. And so you can proceed. And as you approach, you see glistening sitting on a small box in the middle of the pathway itself. So there's a small crate, and sitting atop it is a amber-colored frog with these bright red spots. Almost like
Spots.
they're probably similar in height to you, Winsler, if not a bit smaller.
Something smaller than
So
me?
like I think this one would be like 2'1", and they're like this bright yellow with red spots and these dark black eyes, right? And they're just this cute little frog. They have in their hands what looks like a reed, like a cut reed, almost as if it is a blowgun of sorts. and they go "Fum, fum, fum," at all of you. No.
With fire.
Oh, no.
All right, that was a great campaign.
I throw
think our
my
characters
cloak
died
up
in
in
a
the
good
air
way.
really dramatically, and it catches all of
One-way
them.
ticket to becoming a pincushion.
And as you all approach it, as it comes in within as it enters into the light, it will say, "Who approaches the great Grunge Town? Speak your name or face the wrath."
We are Wildcliff students from a study group.
From Prematerial Plane?
From the Primaterial Wildcliff Study Student Group students. What is your purpose to study us groups?
We're looking for a lady who might be a witch.
A lady who might be a witch.
Their name is Ferdinand. Do you know where we might be able to find them? Maybe you've come across them in your in like your little guard post here.
Is this person a friend of yours?
I mean, if you haven't heard of them, then that's okay. But I guess you could call them a friend.
This small, yellow, amber-colored frog with red spots and black eyes sits mouth agape for a few seconds and says, "A witch."
Yes, a witch.
A witch. What kind of witch?
A marsh witch.
It'll make a gross frog face at you and say, "We have a lady in our grasp who cheated us. I would consider that a witch, and we're in a marsh."
But how do you know she's a witch?
"She cheated us.
How did she cheat you?
She did the..." And it does this frog holds up their hands and like shifts them around. And it says like, "Put the thing under like a cup and then move the cup." And then the pearl wasn't there. Anyway.
Do you have any like cups to give like a physical representation?
I have cups, and they pull the lid up the crate up, and there's a bunch of little tiny cups in there, and they'll pull out a coin from their pocket and slam it on the boardwalk, and then put the cups down and be like shuk 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 shuk, and is doing essentially the shell game, and then they'll say, "All right." And then they would say, and she would say to us, "Now guess which one it's under," and we would all go, "That one in the middle one," and then she would lift it up, and it would be gone every time. She's a cheater.
All right, I'm gonna lift the middle one up.
It's there. There's a gold coin there.
I mean, this seems pretty legit to me.
That's my point. She wouldn't move the middle cup, and they would leave. And we would say, "Well, it's under the middle cup, obviously." And she would say, "No, it's not, you idiots," and pull it up, and it would be gone. No one else can do that but a witch, so we're burning her.
Did she lift the other 2 cups to show where it was?
No, it was gone, just absent, just disappeared. And she'd say, "Oh, it's magic." So she's a witch, and we're burning her.
I mean, can we have a chat with her before you burn her?
She's our prisoner, and you're not. We don't know you.
Can we? I mean, we can visit prisoners, right? There's no law against that, right?
There's no laws. No. It's just free
All right,
life.
so we can go
So we
visit
can
her and
visit.
talk with her, right?
If you try to trespass, by the grace of Grungwar, I will strike you down.
We don't
If there's
wanna
no
trespass.
laws, how are we trespassing?
By the laws in place in this marsh of the 9th eldest Grungwar,
Now there's
and
laws.
we, his chosen people, we will strike you down
All
if you
right,
try to
well,
take our witch.
Can
We're
we
not-
come in then?
Oh, well, yeah.
Well, thank you for giving us permission, and that permission will help
Oh, no
it
problem.
not be a trespassing issue.
Well, it's not trespassing if
Oh,
you
well,
ask, but you can't talk to the witch.
Why can't we talk to the witch?
She's being prepped for be burnt.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
you just said like there's no rule against us not talking to her.
I'm telling you, in the I don't know how it is in Wildcliff Study Group in the Prime Material Plane, but here in the Plane of Isthil, the law of the land is the law. There are no rules except the law of the land, and the law of the land is the law set forth by the eldest. And I'm telling you, the eldest Grungwar, 9th eldest, the beautiful one, it said to me in my dreams when I was a child, "It's your jobs and responsibility to kill anyone who breaks the rules." I don't know what the rules are. I just know that you can't break them.
All right. I know.
And you can't
we're
come in.
We're not gonna
and
break the rules.
You're not trespassing,
but-
and you're coming in.
But do those laws include not being able to speak with prisoners?
I set the rules here.
Then, if you set the rules, can we ask you if you can permit us to talk to the witch? This is really important that we talk to this witch.
Make a persuasion. Make a persuasion check with advantage.
If you
One of
make the
you.
rules.
Someone here.
Does anyone have like a bigger +5 persuasion?
No.
+7, but I think you should do it.
Oh my gosh.
You made the argument. I think you should do it.
And then Mira goes, yeah.
Yeah.
Give advantage.
What she said.
You said with
she
advantage,
said.
right, Luke?
Yeah, with advantage, because you guys are being very persuasive and really
damn,
confusing
okay.
this guy.
We're using
So-
logic.
21 versus.
Fuck.
Well,
But I rolled. This one is bigger. I got a 16 and an 18, and then +5. So 18 + 5, 23.
Okay, 23. They pick up one of the cups that they were using to do the shell game and just and throw it off the fucking like boardwalk that you're on into the marsh, and they say, you can come in because I only have control of people coming in to Grunge Town. I can't tell at you. I want to. You're really nice, but I can't. You can't talk to the witch.
all right.
We have to burn her.
All right, well, we'll just
Well,
go
we-
ask someone else then if we can talk to the witch.
Go. You can talk to the chieftain.
All right, let's go talk to the
Okay,
chieftain
we'll do
then.
that.
Thank you.
Oh, I thought you were the chief.
Why are the chief guards the way in the town?
I'm gonna gently
this
put.
frog is just
I'm
crying.
gonna like gently put my hand on his head and
Oh.
be
There's
like,
Oh,
there,
you're gonna get stabbed with a fork.
there.
Oh no, book being opened. Book being opened.
Book being open. Alert. The book is open.
Your finger gets cut by a
Look at me
small
flip
knife.
There.
It's essentially a paper cut.
You attacked us. You attacked the frog.
My hand melts.
make a Constitution saving throw.
Shit.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, is he like a is he like a poison frog? Or
18.
18. You touch your hand on the back of this frog, and it's just sticky, and your hand almost sticks to it, and it's just covered in mucus. And like as you pull away, it's almost like, and it's just like really
Beautiful.
sticky and slimy and
Ew.
gooey, and it's not pleasant. And you feel your hand tingle and kind of start to go numb, but it doesn't spread beyond like the palm of your hand as you avoid being poisoned.
Hell yeah.
And the grung will be just sitting on its box weeping as you I only guard the road. You need to talk to the chieftain.
Okay,
As
nice
you
talking
all-
to you. Bye.
Bye.
thank you
Take
so
care.
much
You
for
all-
letting us come in.
You all walk past and into Grunge Town. It's these tiny little, like Winsler, this is the town for you.
Fuck yeah.
Everything is Winsler sized. It's beautiful and perfect, and you feel very accommodated, which is good. So it's essentially like a ring of like a platform ring, and in the center there's like stairs going down to like this dry patch of the marsh where there's a big, like a very large, even for like not grung and not 2 foot tall people, it's a giant bonfire, like probably reaching like 10 or 15 feet in the air, like, and just burning wood and grass and stuff. And there's like a couple grung around it, like one of them is like bright green with these white polka dots. Another one is like orange with like dark red eyes, and like just like these different weirdly colored and weirdly patterned little toads or frogs, and they're just like banging on drums, and you can hear in like a low hum they're saying, burn in a witch. And they just seem to be repeating this in like this guttural,
Jesus Christ.
low, almost croaking sound as this bonfire burns. The other frogs, other grung standing on the platform with their like hands on their little hips, kind of like watch you as you enter into town with like these big scared eyes, and like as you like approach, I think they would scatter into like their little houses and watch you from inside and stuff like that. It's like the ring platform, there's a bunch of small like little houses, there's 2 larger structures here. One looks a bit grand in its architecture and just built for a larger creature. Like the doorway is larger is what I mean by that, right? So it's built for like someone who's like Mira, your height, right? Like the door seems like perfectly acceptable to you. And then there's also on the like far right side of this little grung town is what looks like a big mud bath, like just a big stone square that has just a bunch of bubbling mud in it. Where would you all like to go? The people drumming in the middle, the grung drumming in the middle, just continue croaking out, and you hear just "burn witch" as you like walk around. What would you all like to do?
I guess we look for the chieftain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where?
Does
Chieftain.
anyone know where y'all can show us the chieftain?
You're just asking.
Yeah, I'm just calling around. There's people. The
Yeah, the
people
Chieftain.
chanting are right there.
Excuse me,
Where
you know
are
where
you?
I find the chieftain?
The chieftain.
Chieftain of
some
Grunge Town.
some of the people from like within the houses like peek out of their windows at you and go, "Strangers from a strange land," and like other people will go, "More witches."
I'm gonna as soon as I
like
hear them speak from the house, I'm gonna like snap my head to and like look directly at
yeah,
them.
Terrifying.
it almost looks like a bunch of little kid grunts. They're probably only like 7 inches tall, like hanging in the door frame, like the window frame. And
that's
as
so
you like
cute.
look, they're like, "More witches." And as you look over at them, Windsor, they're like, "We're just looking at us," and like drop
I
from
just
the
wanted to-
window frame.
It looks far more menacing in their eyes, but I'm just like, hi.
Yeah. Mira, as you like call out, like, anyone know where the chieftain is? Chieftain, hello. Right. One old, wrinkly, much larger grung will come up to you, like their skin is
2'2".
almost sagging off. 2 foot.
Another
5.
grandpa to bully. Pardon me? No, go on.
No.
And they have like this gnarled, what looks like a reed staff as they walk up to you, and they'll say, "Outsider."
Yeah, but they let us in. The guard said we could come in, so we're fine.
Hmm. Oh, you asked and everything went okay.
Yeah, no, we
Yeah,
asked.
we
We asked.
Excellent.
I think
Trespassers.
he might be a little hysterical. Maybe someone might need to check on him.
It is the way of things. The trespassers are drawn and quartered here, so it's good that you're not. How you are looking for our great chieftain? Yes,
I mean, do you know where he is?
I know where everything is, small man.
All right. Well, what's in
He's
my pocket?
literally bigger than you.
But on the scale of people who I've met, such as the 3 of you large folk, this man is small, squat, of the earth like us. To call someone small is not a great insult. I was not insulting you, small man. It's a great honor. Those born small rise to high positions here in Grung society. They're harder to find and kill in the night.
Oh my gosh.
With this, I can show you to Chieftain Helpa, though, if you desire it. Alternatively, I can sell you some. And they'll raise like the folds that cover their eyes just raise like a centimeter, and in like the darkness you can barely see it. Like in the torchlight, you can just see the glisten like shift slightly, as if they raised their eyebrows at you when they say, "I could sell you," and they like kind of like dangle their robe a little bit. If you're interested.
Want some
I mean, what are you
drugs?
selling?
Oh, our mucus is quite desirable.
No,
to
thanks.
non-grog.
I'm good.
Oh, okay. Very well, follow me. It would have killed you too, so
Would
it's
you
good
like
that you
me
called
to
not to
spit
do
in
it.
your
I got
hand?
my own right here.
Oh my
Winslow,
gosh.
yeah, your entire palm is just numb and like tingling, and like spasming a little bit.
Not good.
And it's good that it didn't spread to the rest of your body.
Good that I'm not incapacitated right now.
And so this old grung will inch by inch make their way, and they'll say, "It's a long walk to the great chieftain's hut. And the great chieftain came to us many, many years past and has far outlived his welcome here. But he remains nonetheless as the smartest and most competent of the grung."
So this chieftain of yours came
Yes.
to you?
Well, as everyone comes into the world, you once came into the world, and I'm sure your parents said, "Oh, this is something we need to deal with." We're the same way we, the Grung, were gifted a chieftain from the earth and said, oh, a chieftain. He's likely the smartest and most capable of us.
What, did he come out of the ground with the words chieftain written on his forehead?
Stamped right on there. How'd you know?
Oh, okay. So
Magic.
they're like you.
Well, they're similar. Yeah, they're a bit, smaller. As I said, the small rise to high and mighty places. It's this. You'll see. Everything will become clear in time, as everything does.
Okay.
You fucking know.
Yeah.
They say that?
Yeah, they like chuckle to themselves too. This way though, and they'll inch by inch. It probably takes this person, if you're willing to just follow them and wait for them, it takes them 30 seconds to move 6 inches as they like slowly creep along the boardwalk and
Oh my gosh,
try
they're
to
just like me.
regale you with the history of the Grung. And like point to the fire and point to the sky and wave their hands about and wiggle their hands about, which probably even slows them down further than that. Are you all just going to wait patiently for this old Grung to show you the way? Or are you going to like offer them another means of transport?
Do you need help there, Mr. Grung?
Please, that was my father. Call me the great shaman of the marsh. Moistless.
Your name is Moistless.
Moistless. The great shaman of the marsh. Moistless.
The great shaman of the marsh. Moistless.
Moistless. Yes.
Are you
What?
good?
Oh, I'm great. We're having a wonderful old time. We'll get there by tomorrow afternoon.
I was just gonna call him like Zodom, but that's fine.
Zada!
I just wanted to show you this really cool invention I have.
Oh, inventions. That sounds like witch speak.
It's my hand. Do you need
Oh.
do you need a hand?
Oh, I would love a hand. And they grab your hand
Uh-oh.
and pull on it kind of firm and they say, to keep? Or
No.
to keep? Just, you're just showing it to me.
We don't
Well,
need any
it's
more
just
people
that-
without hands or limbs.
It's just that we're sort of in a rush and we want to really talk to your chieftain as soon as possible.
But the faster, let me impart on you a life lesson that I've learned in these 7 years that I've lived. An ancient time for Grung. The more you rush, the shorter your life will be.
I mean, in our world, we don't live very long enough anyways.
Oh, just a month or two. Oh, such a sad existence.
So like we
You
really
can pick me. You can carry me if you wish to rush, but I will not rush myself. I have no wishes to die and fall off into the depths of the hell.
okay.
And they'll like lift up their arms as if they're like, pick me up.
Titanic style?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So Integrity, if you want to pick this old frog up
yes, I'm going to pick them up, but sort of like so
by
like
the robes,
by the bones.
by
By the bones?
Integrity reaches into their skin and picks them up like a puppet. No, by the robes, because they're wearing these like brown, gross
Oh, yes,
as
by the
fuck
robes.
robes. And
Yeah,
it's
by
like
the robes.
even like the hood is pulled up slightly so that they almost look like that weird that like Darth Kermit meme, I think.
Darth Kermit.
Yeah, Integrity, you can pick them up. They feel like a sack of
Potatoes.
no, they weigh like 2 pounds and it just feels like
Oh.
you can feel all the skin just like sag as you pick them up.
Oh
and
my
it's just
gosh.
like you're very acutely aware of how old this being is as you hold them. And they'll point their finger and say, "Now, my steed, bring me to the large temple of the elders, chieftain, whatever the fuck it's called. That one, the big one. Let's go. Hastily. You hastily, me in leisure, and the rest of you may follow if you wish." And so Integrity, you carry this old fucking Grung to the chieftain's hut, temple thing, the large structure, the one Mira, you're like, that seems like a regular sized building. And you all enter inside through a set of beaded curtains. And inside there seems to be a couple different rooms that are closed off. There's like little stands. It's like a small little throne room in here, essentially. And so there's a little fire burning in the center with a chimney in the roof. There's these large arched ceiling. There's a small throne made of what looks like bones and wood and grass. And then on like the back, like as if like their ornaments are like what look like frog skulls of different sizes. And then sitting on the actual throne itself is a gray frog who just has these deep set humanoid eyes, and they stare at the four of you as you walk in, carrying the great shaman of the marsh, Moistless, underneath the armpits. And we'll pick up from there next time.
Whoa.
Well, damn.
Easy. Yeah. Done. Ben,
Yeah.
can you do an outro?
Sure, I can do the outro. Thank you all for listening to this episode of Trials and Trebuchets. If you enjoyed it, please leave a rating and review on our iTunes. It really helps spread the word and get this cool content to people's ears.
Cool.
We also have social media pages for Instagram and Twitter at Trials and Trebs. There you can check out cool fan art, check out for
Cool.
teasers for upcoming episodes, and all sorts of stuff. We also have links for our Discord server on there as well, so you can join
Yes.
our Discord and chat with a bunch of cool people and stuff.
There's also Discord links in every single episode description.
And if you're feeling a little extra generous, we also have a Patreon page where you can donate as much as you'd like. That helps support us. It helps us improve the quality of the content that we produce, as well as help keep the show going.
Yeah.
So we
it
can
lets
better
us-
serve you.
It lets us order equipment that never gets delivered.
One day,
Stuck
the
in an
mics
endless
will
loop.
arrive. After we recorded the finale of TNT, the whole graduation ceremony, then they're going to receive a mic at our door.
Thank you, everyone, for listening. We'll see you next week on Trials and Trebuchets for more premium frog content. And hopefully these people don't get drawn and quartered or burnt at the stake like witches. See you then.
Bye.
See you,
Bye.
See you later. Bye, 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 bye.
Bye, everyone. Hi, everyone. It's Luke. I hope that you enjoyed that episode. I had quite a bit of fun making it. I really enjoyed doing some frog voices. Don't let anyone tell you any different. But I am here because it is a new month, a wonderful new month called March. And I'm here to thank our wonderful new patrons, of which there are 3. The first of the wonderful March, new for March patrons is Celia Barbieri. Thank you, Celia, for donating to the Patreon. I appreciate it. I think, and I know everyone else does as well. Second on the list is Maxwell Bartholomew. Thank you, Maxwell, for donating. Max, can I call you Max? Thank you, Max, for donating to the Patreon. I appreciate it. And as previously stated, I think everyone else does too. And finally, getting in by the skin of your teeth, just in the nick of time, is William Arthur. It would have been fun if your name was Nick, because that would be a fun pun, and I will hold on to that one for later. But right now, it's William's turn in the spotlight, and thank you, William. And just a general thank you to all of our patrons, because we appreciate all of you. You make what we're doing here easier on us in terms of getting new equipment. For example, I'm using a new microphone, which is why I might sound very odd. The one alluded to in the very end of this episode where I said it was stuck in the mail. So one of them's still stuck in the mail, but I have this one, which is fun. But yeah, just thank you so much for supporting us making this show. We all appreciate you, and thank you. I hope that you tune in next week for more frog stuff. Bye. Luke out. Luke back again. I was listening to it and I thought of it and I was like, wow, it was a really big mistake not to call y'all the Marsh patrons just because we're in a marsh. It's March. It's just goodness. I already made the flub. So thank you, Celia, Maxwell, and William. You are our Marsh patrons. We thank you so much. Anyways, bye, Luke. Bye again.